Hi friends, welcome to another Social Emotional Learning Read Aloud with Mrs. Lofties. Let's start how we always do with our Come to the Group song. Everybody come sit down, come sit down, come sit down. Everybody come sit down, just like me. Everybody clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, just like me. Everybody pat your knees, pat your knees, pat your knees. Everybody pat your knees, just like me. Everybody wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Everybody wave your hands and let them quiet be. Very good, friends. You know what comes next. Let's do that listening rule song so you remember what to do with your bodies while I'm reading the story. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen, this is how we listen at group time, at group time. Very good, friends. All right, so as you know, we have been spending time learning all about safety. One safety rule that we learned is the always ask first rule. The always ask first rule says you should always ask permission from the bigger person in charge before you go anywhere or do anything. This story is about Howard B. Wigglebottom. We've read some of his stories before. And in this story, Howard learns about the always ask first rule. The story is called Howard B. Wigglebottom on Yes or No, a fable about trust. An author is Howard Binkow. Howard B. Wigglebottom was a very curious bunny. He needed to know how every little thing worked. Why did you say this? Why did you do that? How was this made? Why is it like that? He often asked. So, when his friend Buzz was unhappy and getting in trouble all the time, Howard had to find out why. One day, Howard saw Kiki asking Buzz for his bite of pizza. "Look up, there goes a superhero," she said. Oh no. Then, as usual, she tricked him and ran away with the whole slice. On the second day, Howard saw Poochie skating away with Buzz's games. "Poochie loses or breaks what he borrows," cried Buzz. Oh no. On the third day, Howard saw Buzz getting into big trouble. Oinky, who was grounded most of the time, talked to Buzz into stealing a cupcake. Stealing is wrong, thought Howard. How could Buzz go for that? On the fourth day, Howard saw Buzz's stuff all over the steps. He was crying again. "They said on TV my backpack would never break. Mom was right. They lie in TV commercials sometimes." On the fifth day, Howard saw Buzz accepting a ride from a stranger. Remember, a stranger is someone that you do not know. So Howard screamed, "No!" and the stranger drove away. "Buzz," Howard said, "we all know not to speak to strangers when grown-ups are not around. Why would you do that?" Oh no, that means Buzz did not know the always ask first rule. Remember, the always ask first rule says you should always ask a parent or a grown-up in charge before going somewhere with anyone or accepting anything like a treat or a toy from someone. Buzz explained that he had a hard time saying no. He wanted everyone to like him. He didn't know when to believe or not to believe or trust people. Oh, so Buzz didn't know about using that strong, assertive voice and those words that mean no. If someone does something dangerous, like ask you to go someplace with them, especially if they're a stranger that you do not know? Remember the ways to stay safe. The first thing to do is stop and think. Is it safe? What's the rule? Howard knew it wasn't safe because he knew the always ask first rule says you must always ask the grown-up or the person in charge before you go somewhere. The next step is use words that mean no. Howard knew that, and he used his words, and he said no. And then the last thing will be they need to tell a grown-up about what happened. Aha, said Howard. Now I know what's wrong. Let's ask the grown-ups for some ideas. So they did the last step too, the last way to stay safe. They are asking the grown-ups for some ideas. Let's go. Buzz needed to know when to say no and when to say yes. After asking many grown-ups, they learned that Buzz was to say no and not speak to or trust any stranger until a teacher or a grown-up from his family said okay. Even if the stranger is nice and wants to give me nice things, asked Buzz. Yes, said Howard, you must run away. Always run away and tell a grown-up. Say no to anyone who has wronged or hurt you before. Oh, said Buzz, what if they think I'm not nice? Howard pointed out to Buzz that everyone likes superheroes, artists, and athletes who stand up and say no when they need to, when things are not safe. Wait to say yes to new friends until they have shown you a few times that they're nice and don't lie or get you in trouble. Okay, said Buzz. I hope I can remember all that. Let's practice, said Howard, so when the time comes, you know what to do. Howard was very proud of Buzz. He had learned when to say yes and no, and to defend himself and be happy again. Off they went to play and have fun. Buzz learned the always ask first rule and to use a strong, assertive voice. Leave a video and tell Miss Lofties, what would you do if a stranger asked you to go somewhere with them? Tell me how you would use those 3 ways to stay safe and the always ask first rule.